What is 625?
Episode 2. UN forces came to Korea to save Korean people.
How did the Korean War start?
At 4 in the morning of 25th of June 1950, the North Korean army invaded across the 38th parallel. It was a Sunday. Everyone was asleep at that time. The surprise attack was on a weekend and caught the South Korean army off guard. We did not have enough troops and had no weapons to beat the North Korean tanks. Despite this, the South Korean army fought bravely. The first victory came from the Chuncheon area in the Gangwon-do province. The South Korean military used the tough terrain and deep valleys to hold off the North Koreans for 3 days. During this battle, it was not only soldiers, but high school students and the entire people who fought against the North Korean invaders. Because of the time that was gained, we were able to receive UN and US support. Unfortunately, Seoul fell to the hands of the North Koreans on 28th of June, 3 days after the start of the war.
We lost Seoul? Then what happened to the citizens of Seoul?
Many people fled to the south. President Ri Syngman refused to be evacuated and wanted to defend Seoul. But people around him persuaded him to leave Seoul. He went to Daejeon because think what would happen if he was captured by the enemy. Many people did not escape from Seoul, and the North Korean army arrested many important people in South Korean society. National Assembly representatives, artists, scholars, lawyers, writers, technicians, doctors, and teachers were taken. They totaled more than 100,000 people. They were dragged through Miari Goge, which is ridge bound in barbed wire, and in front of their families. The onslaught of the North Koreans paused for a short time after they captured Seoul. The United Nations and the United States was coming to our aid by then.
Why did the United Nations forces come to our aid?
That was because the Republic of Korea was the only legitimate government on the Korean peninsula. When the United Nations learned of the North Korean invasion, they convened an emergency Security Council meeting and decided to send UN troops to Korea. In the eyes of the UN, North Korea was an illegitimate state. Therefore, an attack on the Republic of Korea was an attack on the United Nations, and it was only natural for the UN to send troops. For the first time since the establishment of the UN, the United Nations Command was stood up to protect world peace and freedom. Sixteen nations showed support by sending combat troops. and 5 countries sent medical units. "39 other countries sent much-needed supplies, which put the total to 60 countries that supported the Republic of Korea.
Did our army continue to fight bravely?
Of course, there is a story of a courageous Korean soldier who made an impression on General MacArthur. General MacArthur came to Korea just 4 days after the war began. He reviewed the defensive line along the Han River when he came across a soldier defending a foxhole. General MacArthur asked, "Why are you not retreating?" And the soldier answered, "I have not been ordered to withdraw." General MacArthur was so moved that he said to the soldier he would give him anything he wanted. The soldier said, "Give me a rifle and ammunition to fight," was his reply. It is said that General MacArthur promised to help this soldier's country to survive.